Let's just imagine you like watching one of those shows where like main characters die a lot. You know one of those shows I'm talking about? There's 4 seasons, there's a 15% chance a main character will die in each episode. If there are 10 episodes in the next season, let X be the random variable that gives the number of episodes with a death. Okay? So let's determine what does that mean. Probability, the random variable is less than or equal to 3, or in the context of our question, what does it mean? The probability that there will be 3 or less deaths. Very good. What's the p-value? 0.15. What's the other stuff it's given us? 10 episodes, so n is 10. Can we figure out q? Q is 1 minus 0.5. Right? So what do we do with that information? How do we find the probability the number of deaths is 3 or less? 3 episodes. So use the probability equation and add it for each R value. Yeah? Does that make sense? So R is the desired number of deaths. So you start with R equals 0, find the probability of that, and add them all together. R equals 1, R equals 2, R equals 3. So this is the bit you need to actually watch. What's that symbol mean? Sum. What's the number we're going up to? 3. What's the number we're starting at? R equals 0. So we're doing the combination 10 with R multiplied by P. What's P? 0.15 to the power of R times what's Q? 0.85 to the power of what? N minus R. Okay, so that's the equation. And I've subbed in N, I've subbed in P, I've subbed in Q. This is the equation here we did last lesson. Okay, how do we do that on the calculator? I'll show you 2 ways. So you can do the long way, menu, stats, distribution. You can do this one. What's the n value again? 10. What's the p-value? 0.15. If we leave that blank, what will it do?
You'll get the whole distribution.
It'll give us the whole distribution. So this is the probability of 0 deaths out of the 10 episodes. This is the probability of 1 death out of the 10 episodes, etc. So we'd have to add all of these together. The first 4. So we could copy and paste that like that. And that will give us the probability of at least equal to or less than 3 deaths. So 0, 1, 2, or 3. So there's a 95% chance that at least between 0 and 3 deaths will happen in the 10 episodes. So I'm sorry if you've really, connected with those main characters, but a lot of them are going to die. Characters die. So that's the long way. I'll show you the short way now. Menu, stats, distribution. So you go down to binomial CDF. I think it means cumulative. I think that's what the C stands for. So again, 10 is the n value. Again, P is 0.5. This time you go from 0 to what's the upper bound? 3. So it'll add them all together for you. There you go. So you get the same answer, 95% chance, 3 or less people will die in the 10 episodes. So just to practice, we're going to find the expected value. Has anyone memorized EX yet?
NP,
Very good.
which is
The number.
10 times 0.15, which is 1.5.
Thanks for the answer. So NP, which makes sense, the number of trials times the probability of success. There's 10 episodes. Probability of success is 15%. So there's going to be an expected number of 1.5 deaths. What about standard deviation, SDX? Standard deviation equation. Square root of variance. So variance. Does anyone remember variance off the top of their head? NP times 1 minus P, which is the same as Q. So there's 10 trials. Again, success is 15% times 85%. Standard deviation is the square root of that answer. Calculator. So it has a measure of spread of 1.12915. So that's pretty much a summary of what we've been doing the last 2 weeks.